Hi, 7 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock. I meant to prepare this drink. Just give me a minute. I meant to prep this before I came on live. But when you set it up through StreamYard and you say you're going to go live at a time, they you're not allowed to go I don't think even allowed to be a minute late. So I was super early, went away to do something else, looked at the clock, and it was like 6:59. Just give me a minute. How is everybody who is in a festive mood? This is my one and only, well, my one and only kind of proper official party night, because in 1 hour it is the Happy Side Hustle Christmas party. It is free for anybody that's in the paid membership group in the Hive, but anybody is welcome to join us. Hi, Michelle. So if you haven't got your ticket yet and you want to come and join us, it's on Zoom. And it's from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock tonight. It's honestly going to be brilliant. There's going to be prizes, there's going to be music, and it's going to be a party. It's going to be so much fun. Yes, I am feeling, Susie, I am feeling very, very festive. So I feel like this would be our work Christmas night out. So if we were, thank you. If we were, if we all worked in an office together, it would be office Christmas night out time. So do you know what's really interesting actually? Because I do talk about this, but I really had to try it out today. I was in a bit of an energy slump this afternoon, had a bit of a stressful morning. I won't go into it, but it's fine. It's all fine now. But by mid-afternoon, I was like, oh, I could really actually just be doing with a little lie down before tonight. But didn't get to do that. And about 2 hours ago, it's like, right, I need to get myself into party mood. So stuck on the Happy Side Hustle playlist. And it just works brilliantly. So I've been like singing away upstairs as I've been getting ready. And now this is totally going to get me into the party mood. So how is it? How is everybody? How are orders then? Because I've just shut all my shops now. Well, I kind of haven't shut my website, but the thing about my website is, and this is what, well, I don't know if you've got a website already, but this is certainly what you'll learn. The benefit of a website is that even if you upset a customer, like there's no consequences. So all I mean by that is, like I've got really clear, so you'll know Royal Mail are massively behind, massive backlogs, and bless them, like I totally understand why, but customers aren't necessarily totally understanding about it because they're not in our world, and they probably, unless they've heard it on the news, they don't get it. So they expect, and Amazon has created this expectation, hasn't it? They order something and they expect it's going to arrive, like they'll maybe give you 2 days and then they go, where's my order? So when you sell through Amazon, which I do, and you send stuff off to Amazon, they handle that. Like I cannot emphasize strongly enough what a benefit that is. So now I have switched my Amazon shop off so no one can order anything I need to fulfill. Oh, hi, Claire. Oh, it's so nice to see you. Oh, it's so nice to see you. Happy Christmas to you, Claire. Oh, hi, Liz. Yeah, so sorry, at Amazon. So when you send stuff into Amazon, they handle all of that and they magic it next day, because I know I'm still ordering stuff from Amazon for Christmas and it is still, in fact, some of it can arrive the same day. So Amazon do have that delivery network, whereas when you're relying on Royal Mail, there is a big challenge at the moment. Anyway, what I started off saying is, when that happens through your own website, hi, Angela. When that happens through your own website, thank you, Liz. I'm feeling party. Yeah, when that happens through your own website and you've been really clear and you've sent out a note to say, I can't guarantee this is going to arrive before Christmas, and then somebody orders and then they get cross because it doesn't arrive before Christmas. Of course, you need to handle that, with great customer service skills, but there's nobody else kind of penalizing you for that. Whereas if that happens on Etsy, or particularly if that happens on Amazon for the stuff you don't send in, but you just, when they order through Amazon, you get a note if they order in the same way as you would through Etsy. Like there's a kind of 3 strikes and you're out policy, really. So for me, that it becomes quite kind of stressful. Certainly between now and Christmas, like it was, when did I turn everything off? It was probably Monday. I think it was maybe Sunday, Monday. And I just put them on vacation mode. So I'm sure you know you can do that. So I put both my Etsy and my Amazon shop on vacation mode, which means that no one can see, like no one gets the opportunity to buy your listing. So I've had a few people with Etsy in particular, if people have things in their basket already, and then you put the shop in vacation mode and they go to check out, it'll say to them, this shop is kind of no longer, I think it nearly comes up like it sounds like it's no longer selling to their particular area of the world. So I've had a few queries of people saying, oh, I was just about to buy this. I'm like, well, can't really do anything about that. But that's much more important than having the hassle of customers complaining to Etsy or Amazon about your things. Now, if you're doing like local delivery or you're delivering through like DPD or something like that, you'll be fine. But if you're relying on Royal Mail and you haven't already closed your shop, or at least massively increased your production time, so on both Amazon and Etsy, you can say this takes me like 2 weeks to make. That's what I did at the beginning of December to give me a bit more leeway, but now I've just cut it. But when you do that, it then will show on Etsy that this item will not arrive before Christmas and on Amazon. So anyway, because I've done that, I'm like, totally, I feel like it's the end of term. I feel like I'm not going to be making any more jewelry until, well, I don't know when I'll switch it back on. Generally, I kind of switch it back on Christmas Day, Boxing Day, because there isn't normally a flood. Depends what you do with a January sale, really, or a kind of post-Christmas sale. But at least if I switch it on Christmas Day, I know no one's expecting it for Christmas, and but maybe maybe I'll just leave it off to January. Who knows? Anyway, the point is tonight feels like the end. I don't think Cassie's on, but I know Cassie said she's just put her day job out of office on until the 4th of January, I think she said, or maybe even later than that. Lots of people, in kind of day job world, lots and lots of people finishing up today or tomorrow, which is just like, I know Christmas isn't going to be normal, but it's I don't know, there's still magic about it, isn't there? There's still something that's pretty magical about Christmas. So anyway, what I wanted to talk to you about, oh, there you are here, Cassie, and your Etsy shop is on holiday. Superb. Bottle that feeling, Cassie. Okay, so what I want to talk to you about tonight on the Happy Hustle Show is about celebrating victories. It's about, so tonight, and the party for any of you that are coming along tonight, the party is around going, let's just celebrate everything. Let's celebrate every single thing that you have done this year, because every single action that you have taken, for the majority of people in this group, this time last year, you hadn't even thought of having a side hustle. And now look at you, brilliant action takers. For anyone that's still in this group, you have taken steps forward. And here's the thing, right? When you decide that you're going somewhere, you need to keep that kind of unwavering faith. So when you decide that you're going to have a side hustle, you nearly set yourself on the journey. So you go, right, this is my goal. This is where I want to get to. So remember, for those of you that have been through the challenge, we set our pots. We're like, right, this is the pot of income. This is why I'm doing it. This is where I want to get to. So we've all thought about that at some point this year, and it may or may not still be front of mind for you, but we can certainly revisit it for 2021. But when you decide, okay, this is where I want to get to, and you imagine, like, then you've got a sat nav and you're plugging that destination into your sat nav, and you get in the car and you start driving. Now, let's take going from Edinburgh to Birmingham. Let's go. I am going to go and visit Liz in Birmingham, and I get in the car and I put in Liz's address, and I know that that's where I'm going. And there's not a doubt in my mind that I'm going to get there. But it's not necessarily going to be a straight road, is it? From my house to Liz's house is not going to be a straight road. There's going to be turns. There's going to be traffic, there's going to be roadworks, there might be like accidents on the way. There's a whole yay, let's do it, Liz. There's a whole load of things that potentially are going to happen. It's not a straight line. It's not, this is where I want to be. So, and nothing's going to go wrong, and I'm going to just get there and it's going to be really smooth. That's not how life works. It's not how we're used to working. We're used to all these twists and turns and ups and downs but when you have, well, there we go. Yeah, we need to visit you as well, Cassie. So it's going to take a lot longer than I anticipated. So maybe I thought, okay, from Edinburgh to Birmingham, it's probably about 5 hours. So I'm going to visit Liz in 5 hours. Now I need to go to Cassie's house on the way because I'm not missing Cassie. So if I need to go to Cassie's house on the way, it's maybe going to take me 7 or 8 hours. In fact, it might take me 12 hours because there might be roadworks, and then we might go, oh, we forgot about going to see Marina. Marina's here as well. Let's go and see Marina. Angela, you live near Liz. Right, let's go and see Angela as well. So plans change, things evolve. But there's not a part of you when you're in that car. So if you're stuck in traffic and you're sitting on a road and you've got in your sat nav that ultimately you're going to Liz's, there's not a part of you going, well, I might not get there. In fact, I might just get out of the car now and go, well, it hasn't, I didn't get there in 5 hours. So there's no point in doing it now. It's obviously me. It's obviously, it didn't work. Other cars are better than mine. Other road choices were better than the ones I made. Being a successful side hustler is about having that unwavering, like, just knowing that you're going to get there. But your journey's not going to be like this. It's going to be like this. And that's okay, because that's what life is. Do you know, that is what life is. And it's not, sometimes you're going to go, oh, this week has not gone well. And that will be the roadwork. So that will be the diversion or whatever it is. But other weeks will just feel like you are on fire. And sometimes you'll get like a boost and you'll be able to go, there'll be nobody else on the road and you'll be able to go at 70 miles an hour and whatever. And those will be the weeks that just things seem to be slotting into place for you. The sales start to come in. And remember what we were talking about the bamboo a couple of weeks ago, or last week. All the work, every single step that you have taken between when you decided that you were going to set up your side hustle and right now is to be celebrated. It's to be celebrated because you are you're 1 mile closer on that road from Edinburgh to Birmingham. Even if you're not at Birmingham yet, even if I haven't got to see Liz yet, which I haven't, but one day we are totally all meeting in real life. But it's not yet. And the way the COVID figures are going, it's probably not early next year either. But at some stage we're going to. And there's not a doubt in my mind that we're going to do that either. So I know that's going to happen. But I'm not going, well, it has to happen by March. Otherwise, there's no point. It just means that Liz and I were never meant to meet each other in real life if it doesn't happen by March. I have to go, right. I know it's going to happen. And I know there's going to be obstacles along the way. But I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to get out of the car. I'm not going to open the door and go, oh, well, obviously it didn't work and other car drivers are better than me. Let's celebrate every single success you've had this year, even if you think it was a failure, because it was a learning. Like, I do things that don't work out all the time. I try things and I'm like, well, this is going to be good. And then crickets, nobody wants it. And I think, oh, okay, well, I've learned something that doesn't work. So we'll try something else. And the only way that you can fail is by giving up. That's it. Remember, KFC 1,002 attempts at getting somebody to take that secret chicken recipe. 1,003rd attempt was successful. Unless you have tried more than 1,003 times at the same thing, you cannot give up. And even then, do you think Colonel Saunders, my total KFC hero, would have given up if he'd got a no on the 1,003rd? He wouldn't. He would have done it 5,000 times. That man was never going to give up, and therefore he was always going to succeed. So tonight is about going, whether you're coming to the party later or not, or you're just this is the pre-party. So, let's start things. But whether you're just at the pre-party, I want you to just be really proud of where you are what you've got to, what you've handled, how you've got over obstacles, hurdles, and the progress that you have made. When you celebrate victories, it makes you happy. It makes you feel happy. Think about all the things that have gone right. So forget about the things that have gone wrong. Know that they've been part of the journey, but think about what has gone right this year. Remember your first sale. Remember the first time that you listed your side hustle, whatever it was. Remember the first inquiry. Remember, like Joanne can't be here tonight because Joanne is running her course for beer lovers it wasn't even in her head a year ago. She can't be here tonight because she's live with a load of people on Zoom running her course. Like, that's just incredible. That's come out of nowhere. And all of you have some version of this. So don't wait for someday. Don't wait for getting to Birmingham to be happy. Choose to be happy and celebrate every little step that you've taken to get to Birmingham or wherever you want to go. But why wouldn't you want to go to Birmingham? If Angela and Cassie if Angela and Liz are there, it's a no-brainer. Okay. Why else is it useful to celebrate the small stuff? So as well as making you happy, it also gives you the motivation to keep going. When you look back, when you reflect on how far you have come this year, that's really motivational to go, right, okay, what have I done brilliantly? Let's not dwell on what's gone wrong. Let's look at and let's celebrate and let's pay attention to what's gone right. I know that I can create these things from thin air now. Therefore, I know that I can do more of the same. I've got the foundation in place. I can build on that next year. Like, how exciting is 2021 going to be? Like, I'm so excited about how it's going to be for me. I'm so excited about how it's going to be for all of you. And we are going to, so hold on, I'll tell you the last thing and then I'll tell you how I might be able to help you. What does recognizing and celebrating the small things do? Well, it builds your confidence, doesn't it? When you acknowledge how well you have dealt with an obstacle, and sometimes, so sometimes the obstacle feels huge, and sometimes people withdraw from this group all the time, but then they come back, and because people need time, so sometimes these obstacles and the things you come up with do knock your confidence. But the only way that you're going to feel is if you just go, oh, well, that's it. I can't drive my car as well as other people going to Birmingham. You can. You've just hit a roadworks. You've just hit traffic. You've just come across something that's kind of blocking your journey. When you celebrate and when you look at and you write down all of the small things that have been your successes, you're building your confidence bank. So the next time you get to the point where you go, whoa, I feel completely overwhelmed, go back and look at all the things you've already succeeded at. And then you'll know, I can do this. Because a year ago, I didn't even think I was going to have a side hustle. And now I'm a businesswoman. I was going to say person, but there's no men in here. I'm a businesswoman. Like, that's so cool. Like, when people say, what do you do now? You're able to go, yeah, I've got my own business. This is what I do. Like, totally identify with that, step into that, because that's what you are, and you've created that from nothing. And just like I said on Monday's Happy Hustle show, love, like a good friend of mine, I was talking to him on Monday, and he was just asking about my kids, and he was saying, God, it's a really tough time for kids going out in the world, and there's no jobs and whatever. I was just thinking, wow, what a kind of fixed mindset. You just, like, if my kids can't get jobs, they're just going to create jobs, like, just like we have. They're just going to go, well, what do I love doing? Well, why don't I just monetize that? How much of a relief is that? You watch I try not to watch the news, but when you see the news, there's all of this, next year's going to be very hard financially, and, and lots of jobs are going to go and blah, blah, blah. And I know a lot of you in here have lost jobs this year, and it's awful. But imagine if you had lost your job and you couldn't see a way to kind of move on, make money. Imagine if you were just going, well, unless another job comes up in exactly the same thing that I did before, like, I don't know what imagine that kind of worry and despair and stress that you would have if you didn't know that you could create your own money. You can create your own business. And with the support of each other and the energy in this group, like, we can all mega succeed in 2021. What I'm going to do between Christmas and New Year, and I need to decide on a date, I know, is I'm going to do a kind of planning workshop for 2021. Again, this will be free for everybody in the page group, and I'll probably open up to other people just for a small charge. But something where we can plan out our 2021, we can create our vision boards, we can decide on our word for the year, we can decide what we want to embody, we can decide the word that we want to use when we're making our decisions, when we feel stalled, when we feel energized, we can decide what we want to embody more of by the end of 2021. So what I can create are some guided meditations for those of you that like that. I can create some affirmations for you. We could even work on our own affirmations that you can make sure that it's not just kind of setting the goals, and it's not just knowing the marketing steps, but it's also the mindset stuff for 2021. So we can create our journey from Edinburgh to Birmingham for 2021. So we know exactly what the milestones are and how we can celebrate our successes. And we can totally revisit whatever we decided we wanted in our pot, or the reason that we set up our side hustle in the first place. We can completely revisit that and just embrace 2021 and just really create magic, like from thin air, because that's what we did this year. But imagine that on steroids next year. Imagine if you upped the amount of action, because actually a lot of the actions that you've taken this year were the hard stuff. All that setting up stuff, that's definitely the hardest bit. When we just get into marketing and growing, it starts, as long as you have a bit of a structure of what to do, it starts to get a lot easier. And that's what I can offer next year, is to help you with the marketing and mindset stuff. But as I say, the next thing, so this will be the last Happy Hustle show of 2020. But there will be, and I'll give you plenty of notice, I will work out a date between Christmas and New Year. So there will be a kind of plan along session where I'm going to be doing my planning for 2021 and setting my goals. And yeah, if you want to, you can plan along, because the energy of a group of women doing that together. I've done it the last few years with a physical group of women, like when we were allowed out. And there's just a magic about it. There's so as much as the structure of the planning I knew I could do myself, it's completely different when you're doing it and then you're sharing it and you're talking to each other about it. And so that's what I want to create for you guys. Right. So sorry, I saw some comments coming in. Let me just check them. Susie, you're out of office until on to the 5th of January. Just need to resist your temptation to check your emails in between. I know. Yeah, I know. So I'm finished with my day. No, I'm not. I've got one meeting on Monday. But apart from that, I'm finished with my day job. I'm definitely not going to check those emails over Christmas. But for the side hustle stuff, like I don't feel like I need a break from that, because I just love it. So I'll be dipping in and out. It's not that you won't see me. Claire, so some of your little crochet face wipe sets too. That's brilliant, Claire. Oh yay, that's brilliant. Oh yes, so we need to go to Cambridgeshire, and you're in Reading. Okay, so it's going to be quite a long journey from Edinburgh to go and visit you all, but why not? Why not? Or I think, as we said, we could all like meet in the middle, which I think is Birmingham, isn't it? Right on. I know there's just been announcements in England. Is it today, or was it today that you've just found out what tiers you're in, or was it yesterday? Let me know. Oh, thanks, Liz. Birmingham. Yeah, well, I have been to Birmingham once when I was a financial advisor, and we had a conference in Birmingham in the, what do you call the big conference centre? There's NEC. Is it NEC? Is that what's in Birmingham? Anyway, that big conference centre. I don't think did we go out? I don't think we did. I think we flew down. We were taken to the hotel, which was attached to the conference centre. Let's see. Oh, you just found out today at lunchtime, right? Okay. Tier 3 in London. Yeah, I know. It's rough, isn't it? Yeah, I just think January is going to be a bit bleak because we've all got this kind of 5-day, thing to look forward to. Although in Scotland, they're being really like clear on don't do that unless you really have to. Like if you've got somebody in your family that's going to be on their own and mental health and whatever, you can do it. But they're like really clear on please just don't go and meet people for 5 days and don't meet them. Like it's like the 5-day is the window. So try and meet them outside for like 2 hours within the 5 days, but it's not a 5-day party. And definitely no reduction of restrictions for New Year, because obviously like Hogmanay's a bigger thing probably in Scotland than it is anywhere else. But yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, I just think when we get into the beginning of January and all of that's over, and the cases are probably going to go up after, like they did after Thanksgiving in America. It's going to be a bit bleak. So that's why I think we really want to get the excitement really focused in our side hustles. And then when we can do that, whatever's going on around us, however much we're back in lockdown or whatever might happen, we still know what we're focusing on and we've still got that. We're still creating that magic. NEC or NIA? I think it must have been NEC. I've never heard of NIA, but so good at happy side. Oh, thanks, Michelle. That's so kind of you. You're in is it called tier 3 or level 3? Tier 3. Yeah. Your 4-year-old asked today when the pubs were gonna open. Well, when are they? Oh, Joe, look. How cute is that? Look what Joe made for me. How cute. I just love it. I know you can't see it in the picture, but it's literally right here on my windowsill. So cute. Yeah. You're still tier 2, but surrounded by tier 3 areas. Yeah. I mean, where I live, we're literally about 3 miles from a tier 1 area, like the Scottish equivalent. And we're in tier 3. So it's quite weird. But I was just seeing some posts of that. Apparently there's a lot of people like driving into that area and going to the pubs and stuff there, which, it's just all who would be in the government. It's so difficult to manage. Oh, this is going down nicely. Right, I'm going to need to stop shortly because I need to go into my Zoom and do some what could have been the ICC. I don't know. It was a long time ago, Liz. So when would it have been? It was probably, I don't know. You would have been a baby. It was probably 20 years ago. 20 years ago, maybe even more. Anyway, I just remember that it was a big conference center and there was a couple of hotels attached, and we just went across one of these kind of corridors between the hotel and the conference center. And it was so it was in the days before, I think I maybe told you the story before banking went a bit wrong. And it was like an awards ceremony for all the financial advisors. It was a particular bank I worked for, and Jonathan Ross gave out the awards and Paul McKenna did the entertainment. And I might have this wrong, but there was some really like not quite made it yet band at the time that were entertaining us. I think it might have been Take That. So that's the sort of money that was spent on it, and it was a totally free bar. So I don't even think I remember who the band was. Anyway, I'm sure I looked out the window, but that's been my only experience of. I've been to Wolverhampton. I used to go out with a boy in Wolverhampton who lived he was at uni in Wolverhampton. Your other half is having to self-isolate till Monday as his phone told him to. Oh no. You're going to miss fireworks on Sunday. Are they like pre-Christmas fireworks, Susie? Yeah, your phone. You and your girls are still going. Oh, we feel really sorry for you. Anyway, bye. The ICC, maybe. Yeah, whatever one was around 20 years ago. Okay. Right, guys. Happy Christmas. Please celebrate everything. Please, really take time to note what you've achieved this year, whatever it is. Don't compare yourself to anybody else. only compare yourself to you as a previous version. So you 6 months ago, you a year ago, look at how far you have come. Somebody, actually, Gillian gave me I know Gillian's not on here at the moment, but she gave me a lovely piece of feedback a couple of days ago, and it was about like my journey this year. And I didn't, it was so lovely because it was, when you nearly see yourself through somebody else's eyes. And I hadn't, the reason that I'm talking about this tonight is I hadn't really taken the time to go, wow, you're right, actually. So, last October, so a year ago in October, I just thought of the Happy Side Hustle idea. And now, there's 41 people in the paid membership. There's 500 odd people in this free group. And I don't know, I just feel like I've got a little community of friends that I didn't have before. And I just absolutely love it. And I'm so grateful to each and every one of you for anybody that bothers to come and listen to me talking about this. I'm so grateful because it wouldn't work unless you were humoring me or interested in what I have to say. So big plans for 2021. Hopefully bring you all along with me, and we're going to do this together. We're going to magic on steroids is definitely what 2021 is going to be. Okay, I need to go because I need to meet somebody in the Zoom before I let you guys who are coming to the party all in at 8 o'clock. So if you're coming to the party, click the Zoom link just before 8. You'll go into the waiting room and I'll let you in at 8. And I will see you there. Make sure you have your beverage of choice. And for the rest of you, have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. And I might see you between Christmas and New Year. But if it's just round for the next Happy Hustle show, it'll probably actually it might be the first. Oh yeah, no, it probably will be the first week in first Monday in January. Just trying to think what day that was. Yeah. So yeah, whenever we'll go back to Monday and Thursday from the first week in January. So I will see you all then. Okay. Cheers. Merry Christmas, everybody. And thanks again. Take care.